What's going on, YouTube? I'm Alan, and I'm back with another weekly LCS pickup for the week of August 8th, and I'm going to throw in so I can get caught up, my pickups for August 15th. I'm just going to do all of my August 8th pickups first, then run right into 15th. And I'm going to talk some shit today and get some shit off my chest. And then you'll see, it'll deal with the pickups for the 15th. So stay tuned till the end for that shit. I'm going to just jump right into it because I don't want this to be, an all day damn video. And, and I get to bitching, I could bitch all day. But starting off with DC. The Flash 52, I saw like Matina, I think they're going to pull him off of doing the variants for Flash and Suicide Squad. I know he's doing for variants on Catwoman and I don't know, some other shit. So, kind of moving some creators around. This is a Gabriel Dell'Otto cover. It's pretty badass. And I don't know how, but I ended up accidentally ordering 2 of these. It's pretty badass. Detective Comics 986. It's like the blueprints for the Batmobile. This is by Mark Brooks. Did this variant, and like I said, I thought that maybe they had messed up and shipped me 2, but I looked on my receipt and nope, they had a 2 on there. So I don't know how I did that, but what sucks and why I used to order from Midtown a lot and I got away from it. Like I said, I was behind on my weeks because I started ordering from Midtown just because I could get variants that I really couldn't get at my LCS without paying a little more for it. And it's a 45-minute drive one way, and all the extra money and gas and time and all that shit. So I just said, I'm going to try to order on Midtown again. Well, I learned right quick why I stopped doing that shit. Because I did get like a busted box and crunched corners before, and they made it right. But, there was some books that sold out, so I was just shit out of luck. One of these, this one looks really good. All the corners. Especially on that end. And then I had a bunch from this box. You can see there. See how the corners all furred up. I got a bunch of those, so I'm gonna send them another letter and hopefully they'll make them good again. But I've got a bunch of these. Their corners are messed up. I'm not gonna, point them out. I don't care. But Hal Jordan and Green Lantern Corps number 50. This is the variant cover for that one. It sucks. I hate doing these when they're like a week or 2 behind. But Sideways number 7. It's final. I think that was either this is the first of a new arc or the last of, I don't know. He's gonna join up with these other here, I don't want to spoil it, 6 other heroes, and gonna go try to kick some ass. Hopefully this will start getting a little crazier and a little more action packed. He just had a pretty impactful event happen in his life that I really like Sideways. If you want a new book, I suggest checking it out. I like Sideways. And hopefully, I like the Kenneth Rocafort art. He just does the covers, though, which sucks. I wish he did the interiors, I think, for the whole first issue, but I wish he was doing the interiors, too. That would be awesome. I also picked up Sandman Universe, number 1, from Vertigo. I got the Jim Lee cover. I don't really know why. I've never really read Sandman. I know that's sacrilege to most comic readers, but I really like the Raven in this. Like, I've always heard that Raven is a cool character from it, and I need to go back and really read the original shit. I don't know if I'll end up staying with any of these. I like the Bilquis Everly art. I like her artwork. And I follow her on Twitter. She's pretty nice. I think she was Brazilian, if I'm not mistaken. Cute thing, boy. I'm telling you. Woo! And I picked up Superman 2 from Bendis. But, who's doing the David Mack? Yeah. Cover. It's a pretty nice cover. Mortal Men number 5. I think this stops at issue 6, if I'm not mistaken. I've only read the first issue, so I need to get on with that shit. Also picked up Hawkman number 3. I've heard that this is really a good comic. Some people have even said this is the best comic DC's putting out right now. I liked the way they did Hawkman in the Metal series, so I don't know. I'm just reading other shit right now. I'm eventually going to get to this Hawkman series. I plan on picking up the whole run of that. I picked up Supergirl 21. Don't really know why. I heard that I think she's getting a new suit in this maybe or something, so I just picked it up. I don't know. I was picking up all that Supergirl when Art Germer doing the variants. So I got like 12 through 20, and that's 21. So hell, you know, I've got them. I should read them maybe. Catwoman number 2, the Art Germ cover for that one. I thought it was pretty badass. If the corner wasn't crushed, and the Jenny Frison, I don't know, it's a stupid name, variant for Wonder Woman 52. A little something different. I thought that I had a big tear in it, but you know, that's the way it's supposed to look. And for indies, I got Unnatural number 2. If anyone remembers one of my older videos with the furry porn, yeah, this is number 2. I actually ended up liking it. I thought it was alright, the first issue, and it's got some nudity in it, some big old fat titties, so I'm down with that. And I picked this up not knowing shit about it. Howard Chaykin, Hey Kids Comics. And like I'd known of Chaykin, you know, and where his Image series had got all those SJWs all pissed off at him, and he's a far left dude himself, but the left will always eat their kind, you know. Something about a trans character in that, he put her on the cover and something or another. He was making some sort of statement. It ended up backfiring on his ass, and they all, like, you know, wanted to burn him at the stake. But I picked this up not knowing anything about it, but his buttons I thought were pretty interesting. It says, if you get to cosplay, I get to look. And then it's the creator, you know, hauling all these comic books, and it says, too many to sign. Who do you think had to carry him here? Like, so I figured this was going to be like some sort of take on the way the industry's going these days, and was curious about what, you know, what this book was about, so I picked it up. The Dead Hand number 5. Is it 5? Yeah. I've really liked this book. It's been good since the beginning to me. It's got so much shit to unpack. It's like a small secret town, or like they've got this computer that booted itself up. It's like artificial intelligence, and it has control over all the nukes, and so it's kind of playing out like it thinks it's a little boy. So like there's one agent in there that, like, you know, interacts with him, and he tries to, you know, be really kind to him and teach him stuff and blah blah, you know, trying not to piss him off, so because all it will do is just piss this kid off, and he could, you know, end the world. So it's got a lot more, you know, to it than that, but it's a really good story. I'd definitely recommend checking it out. Farmhand number 2, Rob Guillory. This is the artist that did Chew with John Layman, who is a punk ass son of a bitch online to comic book fans. That dude is a pompous prick. Can't stand his ass. But this was a pretty cool book. I like the first one, and I'm hoping it gets. I hope it stays pretty. You know, I hope it stays good and gets better. Seems like it. That Rob is really good with fans online and everything, so that's cool. Death or Glory number 4, Rick Remender. This has been a good story so far. Thought the last one was kind of crazy. I've read summaries about what this is about on like previous videos. Go check them out. If you haven't, you should be watching the shit I put out, people. But we're going to talk about that in a minute. Hot Lunch Special number 1. My LCS probably would pick this up, but a lot of the Aftershock books they don't really get. They do get a pretty good amount of them, but they don't get every book, you know. And I don't really recall what this book was all about anyway, but there's fingers on the sandwich and blood and stuff, so I thought I'd check it out. Usually into some shit like that. I picked New Lieutenants of Metal #2. I got #1 when it came out and talked about it a while. I still haven't had a chance to read it, but still figured I'd pick up #2. She Could Fly from Dark Horse. This is #2 of 4. This book was kind of crazy. It was different what I thought it was going to be like. I didn't really, a lot of times I'll just skim these summaries, and if I think I'll like it or whatever, I'll pick them up. This one, I didn't really recall reading about that, but she sees, like, herself harming people she loves and shit, like killing her mom, or you know what I mean? And it's kind of crazy. I think she finally, like, just kind of took off at the end of the first one, just so she wouldn't. She really thinks she's gonna kill her parents or whatever. But yeah, it's a kind of crazy book, right? But I liked it. It's kind of like one of those, like a lot of times you read these new creator indies, and some of them just leave you with a dirty feeling, or that wasn't that bad. And I kind of was like, I think I need to read it again. You know what I mean? But I'm interested in reading this one, see where this ends up going. And my last one, Oblivion Song #6. He finally met his brother. I think that was the last issue, and this one's just kind of he's trying to talk his brother into coming back to Earth, and they're all like, he's talking about, like, we don't want to come back. Our lives are good here, and it's kind of, that whole thing where people these days, like, that a lot of people are fucked up. I mean, we're getting too far away from what we were meant to do, hunt and gather, and our sense of community and everything. Everyone's so isolated and just stays on their phone and doesn't know how to fend for themselves, and they say a lot of that is contributing to all the depression and all that stuff, and the psychotropic drugs that they have to end up prescribing people for depression and all that anxiety and everything. It's like, yeah, they may have monsters in this, like, new world they're in, but they are all happy. They live together, and they've got their small community. They look out for each other's back, but it's back to more of a, the way man was supposed to live, and they're happier like that. And he's trying to get his brother to see that, and so he's like, "We'll come back to the way the Earth is now. It's been like they've been gone 10 years." He's like, "We'll come back to our reality, at least to check it out, and see if you might be missing a better life, and you can come back and tell your people what it's like, and you can make a more informed decision." Because they've got a little kid and everything. He's like, wouldn't you want, a better life for your kid if you could give it to him? So he's at least going back. He went back with his brother to check it out. And so they're both on Earth, and it kind of leaves. There's more to it. I'm not ruining everything. But and then for Marvel, I grabbed Amazing Spider-Man #3. I grabbed the Fantastic Four variant just because my LCS usually doesn't have a lot of these variants on, like when they do these themed variants for pretty much every book for the month. A lot of times I can't get them unless I pay $10 a piece for them, so. Well, I could get them for like $3.99 or $3.99. I went ahead and did that. Spider-Man Annual #1. This was written by Brian Edward Hill, who's writing Detective Comics right now, and he's doing a kick-ass job on that book. And I'll support him all day long because he is a good writer and he's good with the fans online. Just a real good dude, you could tell, not an asshole, doesn't have an ego like all these other bastards, but I'll definitely give him my money, you know what I mean, and read he'll give you your money's worth. And I guess Marvel's big return, #1, Fantastic Four from Dan Slott. But these art gem covers were so badass, and I'm stupid, and I went ahead and picked them all up. And they were all crushed, so that's the universe telling me I shouldn't have done that shit, I don't have the space for you. But yeah, I really like these covers. I don't know. I knew that I haven't still. I'm about to go read number one. I'm about to go read this so I can finally go watch like the YouTube videos I would normally watch. I've seen people putting videos out, and I haven't been able to watch any of them because I wanted to read it first. But I had to wait, you know, to finally get my book. That was the. I'll kind of show them off a little. Johnny Storm theme. We wait your. I used to work with a guy that had a speech impediment like that, and I got to where I could talk just like that dude, and people at work loved that shit. And Sue, gorgeous. Art Jerome is a wizard. And I also picked up this one. The picture I saw when I ordered it, it was all in black and white, so I thought it was just gonna be inks. I didn't think about it, you know, duh, they're gonna color it, of course. But this was the Arthur Adams connecting cover. It says it's one of two, so I'm guessing the next issue will be, they'll have this variant to connect with this one. So I guess I'll have to pick that one up. But I'll show the whole cover. Yeah, it should be the bottom half, you know. I thought that was pretty badass. Just for their cheap little variants. I know, you know, Marvel had all their expensive special shit, but I just don't care anymore. Like, kiss my ass, Marvel. Kiss my ass. I'm not giving you. I'm not going to give you any money, really, anymore. Fuck you. And from some back issues, I got Doctor Strange, Sorcerer Supreme, number 44. And grabbed both of these online. I saw where Jim's videos, or Jim's comics on YouTube was talking about this issue and how Donny Cates gave an interview with somebody, I don't recall who it was, and he said he had plans for Sidorak in the new, you know, Cosmic Ghost Rider series he's writing. And this was his first appearance of Sidorak or whatever, and that shit has been jumping up on eBay. I saw one, I just kind of glanced at it yesterday evening. There was one, I think he said it was near mint, and it was like $45, up to 14 bids, and I think it ended sometime today. I got both. There's a newsstand cover and the whatever Spider, you know, Spider-Man little shit. Both of these came from the same place in Canada. I found it, like, I couldn't find it. Like, when I saw his video, I started looking for it, and I couldn't find them anywhere other than, you know, like eBay and shit. And I wasn't gonna pay out the ass for it, and I didn't care, you know. But I did find this weird little website, and it was like some shop in Canada, and he had 2 of them, and I got them fairly cheap. As I got to looking, one of them looked really good, one of them kind of had a little messed up corner, but they, to me, I mean, they're pretty damn good looking books. So thinking about keeping the one that looks the best, probably this one, and sell this one maybe to pay for, you know, the little bit of books I've got. And that's all my August 8th pickups. And here are my August 15th pickups. Just hold them up for you. See all these? None. For the first time in as many Wednesdays as I can remember, I'm going to throw one book up there just so you have something to stare at while I bitch a little. But the first time in as long as I can remember, I didn't go to the comic book store. I didn't order any books online. I said to hell with them. I'm done. Just the past few days online, these bastards have pissed me off. Just Jim Lee. Creators just being straight, flat out assholes online on Twitter. Like Dan Panosian jumped in on one with some of my buddies and just talking shit. Dave Johnson from like DC, he's done shit with DC and stuff. Just talking shit about, you know, people's moms. Like, dude, are you fucking in 6th grade? You know, it's like, you're gonna talk about people's mamas. It's like, your fucking handle is Devil Pig 666. I'm sure your mom's very proud. I'm the mother of Mr. Devil Pig 666. You fucking cocksucker. I am so sick of these bastards, like, thinking that, oh, they're so, like, they just, I don't know what it is. I guess the ego, they think they're high and mighty because they fucking make comic books. Like, fuck you, dude. I don't give a shit who you are. You know what I mean? You talk that shit. If you were anyone else in the world, you know, anyone else, people wouldn't give you any more service. They would not go back to your establishment. Whether you are just a bag boy at a grocery store or a doctor, you know, with your own practice. People don't put up with that shit. And for us, they just get online and they think that they can just talk shit. That you're just a bunch of racist, incel, blah, blah. And it's like, these people are like well-adjusted, former military men, married, have great careers and children, you know, like fathers. These are good, normal fucking people, you know, productive members of society. And you've got these soy-filled bitch boys virtue signaling for everybody they can think of, trying to look oh so woke. Gotta get those precious Twitter likes because that's more valuable to them than actual dollars. And I just had enough of it. They're smart ass mouth, and I was like, you know, when I went to a con this few months ago, I would walk up and try to talk to some of these people and tell them, hey, I like your work. And it's like talking to a fucking wall because they have the social skills of a damn inbred retarded bunny or something. Like, just stupid shit. Couldn't even pick their head up from, you know, and look you in the eye man to man or shake your hand, you know, and say, thank you, sir. I really appreciate that, sir. You know, here are some of my books. Nothing. They act so fucking awkward. The majority of it's like you echo chamber living weird freakazoid bastards with, you know, it's like I've heard the description, you know, like the poison dart frogs and stuff that have this bright colors. When you see these people with their crazy ass blue hair and shit, that's the same deal. When you see that shit, run, because these people are fucking crazy, and I'm just sick of it. So what I did was I looked and I made like a list of what I would have bought this week, and you know, I had one book from an indie other than Image that I was interested in getting. And you guys have seen my videos and stuff. I spend money on these books. I mean, I really spend way more than I should, especially for people that talk so much shit to me, you know, or my friends, when we haven't done anything. All we try to do is explain to these people that, you know, Comicsgate is just a movement to get better art, better stories, and more professionalism from people who are supposed to be professionals. You know what I mean? There's no reason for this bullshit. How they just think, oh, if you don't align with my politics exactly, you're a Nazi. This whole bunch of Nazi bullshit, like. They had that, Unite the Right rally, 20 whole people showed up, you know, like, the numbers of actual Nazis in this country, you're talking about less than 1%, like, they're fucking virtually not existent. Sure, there's a handful here and there. Who gives a shit? You people are giving them way more credit than they're fucking worth. And anyway, you're telling your own customers, like some of the shit I've taken screenshots of just lately. Some guy joked, he's like, oh, now we're your fans and stuff. And he's like, no, I reject your fandom. Like, I don't want you. Like, Rich flat out telling you, no, do not buy my stuff. I don't want your money. Like, fucking crazy ass bastards, you know? Like, you idiots. Enjoy having no benefits and no money to retire on. What are you gonna do? Like, just go to cons your whole fucking life and buy? I had that one book from Marvel back when it was the worst period ever. So I don't give a shit anymore, guys. And it sucks because this is what, you know, I do for videos. That's what originally got me making videos, was all these bastards on Twitter, like, running their mouth. Comics Geek doesn't buy comics. It's like, no, we don't buy shit, you know. Box full, fucking, like, no, we don't buy comics. We don't care about comics. It's just how many people we can harass. How fucking stupid are they? And people, if you hear this shit, don't drink that bullshit Kool-Aid. All they are is they're scared that they're going to lose their little stupid job making little shit books, and they've got to try to change the narrative. I was being harassed. I'm a woman. You can't fire me. They're scared because their little community, which is really a business, an industry, it's sinking. Stores, comic book stores are going out of business. Every week, more and more close. Peter Samedi from Alterna Comics, you know, said when he started out, he was sending out like a certain number of postcards to stores, and since he started doing that just over the past 2 or 3 years, he's had to cut that down by like 150, right? And it's like, this shit here, me not buying books, is not hurting Marvel, really. It's hurting my comic book store, because Marvel sells these shit, or just dumps the books on the stores, whether they want that many books or not. They have to pay. They might get the books free, but they have to pay for the shipping. And then they sit, and the stores, you know, can't sell most of them. And, you know, so when you get these creators running their mouth to the customers, when we're like, you know, that's what I wanted. I told one of them, it's like, dude, you know, fuck you. You run your mouth to me, but you're not hurting. I know you're not, you know, hurting your pocket. I mean, you are in the long run, but not in the short run. That's what they can't see. All you're hurting are good people that run an honest business. Like, I really like and admire the guy that runs my LCS. He's a good dude. And I'm going to go talk to him. Like, you know, y'all need to say something to these companies to get their employees to quit running their fucking mouths to the people who buy their product. Because I'm done. Like, I went to my computer and I easily downloaded all of DC's books for the week, Marvel's, Images. Like I said, there was one book outside of those that I wanted, but fuck it, you know. I can get every book for free. I pay for the Marvel app, $10. I can read every back issue I want. You know, back when comics were actually good. You know, well, I didn't have to pay $5 for one book where I can get bitched at about how I'm such a shit person. Or I can get, you know, $10 and read unlimited back issues when comics were great, with good art, great stories, good writers who knew how to write. I'm going to leave a link in the description for this video I watched. So the guy's talking about Comics Gate. He's got a master's in English and he teaches at a college. He's a professor and he teaches writing. And then he was talking about how comic books, you know, yes, they've always had like some politics in them or whatever, but now they don't use metaphor. It's turned into rhetoric. And they beat you over the head with it to the point where he quit buying Marvel and everything. I'm going to leave that description, or the video in the description. Check it out, because it was really good to hear a college professor talk about it, and who can explain shit that that I wholeheartedly agree with. Who can put it into words more eloquently than I can, especially after after I got some Chinese eyes. So, I don't know what I'm going to do, guys. I can't really like do LCS hauls when I don't buy any comic books anymore. So either I'm gonna start summaries on them, or I'm gonna have to try to figure it out. So I'm not saying, you know, I'm gonna just I'm not I don't plan on quitting YouTube. I still want to put out content. I'm just gonna kind of pivot, I think. But so stay tuned. There'll be more shit coming from me, no doubt. Let me know what you guys think. Does it get on your nerves, or are you just able to just still give these people your money and just ignore it? Or maybe, you know, a lot of people don't go on Twitter to see it. But I can't stand people talking to me like they're above me and then expect me to give them money. Like, and then it's just the shit they like say. Like, you would never say that shit in my face. You would never say that shit into my face. You little bitches. Like, you couldn't even hold a basic conversation man to man at a con just about your art. You couldn't even do that on the most part, these people. So this is who we're dealing with. Alright, that's enough for me, guys. I'm sure there'll be more for me. Maybe I should turn to a bitch channel, because I can bitch with the best of them. But thank you so much for watching my video, guys. I do appreciate it, and I do appreciate my fans. I don't have any fans, I know, but I appreciate you guys taking any of your time to watch anything I put out. I really appreciate it. That's it for me this week, guys. I'm Allern, and I'm out. We'll see you in the next one. Later.